A bald-headed MC, that tells me everything I need to know. MJ, bald. Corey Kenshin, bald. LeBron before the DLC, bald. There's a direct correlation between being bald and being somewhat tough. So if this egghead right here messes that up, oh my mama! So out of nowhere, we see Timu Leorio bust open the door saying all Class S heroes have been summoned to the association headquarters. And even though Genos and Bang the only S classes here, Saitama still decides to third wheel along to play some Hall of Fame fresh protector level defense. Except as soon as he walks through the door, he's getting smacked by drawn from scratch Nobunaga, who says he's not even worthy of a handshake since he's only a B rank, which is literally only 2 levels down. You would think bro is like a D or something, but I guess the only one of those around here is stuck in his ass. But to cheer him up, we hear Miss Tatsumaki over here posing with that egghead, looking like she packing a KSI forehead under them bands, with a look of absolutely pure disgust and disdain on her face. But enough of you. Where is your sister at? Oh my god. I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to hear nothing you trying to say right now. But out of respect, I guess I'll hear her out. As she proceeds to go into her freezer bag, questioning why they are hanging out with this less than, beneath them, pure disgrace of a person, even though he's not in S rank. Before finishing it off saying something worse than your crush just saying no. You disgust me. Get lost. I swear it's always the smallest ones that are so feisty for no reason. Don't nobody want you, Chop Sally. But now we're at the meeting where Sitch finally pulls up and hold on. What is that on your face?
Get that jam off your face, nigga.
There is no way the pig from Angry Birds is who y'all gotta listen to. There is zero chance I would be able to take bro serious. Be sitting in the back fighting for my life trying to hold in my laugh, knowing that as soon as I look over at the homie, I'ma explode. It might not even get that far though. He might smell the laugh before it happens. But anyway, turns out that this old lady Shibabua, who got one of the worst names of all time by the way, finally got packed up, and in her dying moments, she left a letter saying that the earth is in trouble. And up to this point, her predictions have never been wrong. And to add on top of it, Sitch says it's gonna be beyond the dragon level, which is like top tier catastrophes. And it's also gonna be in the next 6 months. Low key meaning they got plenty of time. You know how long that is? That's like 12 StayingAnti videos, half of a Corey Kenshin break, or even 2/3 of a pregnancy, bro. That's mad time. Me and Saitama could low key be S ranks by then. And speaking of Saitama, while he's trying to ore farm, we just hear booming from outside because some lunatic looking freak who does not have that junk on is trying to blow up the building. But after them weak ass part 1 Sasuke fireballs don't work, his backup pulls up so they can jump everybody inside. Except as he's speeding in, he suddenly stops as the whole squad goes falling out the sky in slow motion too, like they just smell whatever pig boy here done put in the ozone layer. Before even the king gets the inverted Gojo treatment getting cooked too, with a pristine slice down the middle. Line them up like Jalen Rose's hairline. This is elite technique. Just somebody else wasting a potential top 5 barber career of all time. But that's until we see this demonic atrocity flying behind him with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heads. And the worst 6-pack of all time. And them nasty Curse Mark 2 Sasuke wings. Oh brother, you got the whole package of ass. You look like somebody handmade you out of some leftover Play-Doh, bro. I gotta know what your parents look like. Just by looking at him, you can tell he got nothing to lose. This is the last person you'd want problems with. Except it gets worse because behind him is this enormous ship that even when you zoom out, still take up half the screen. I ain't seen nothing this big since, except it just keeps getting worse because then it loads up and blasts beneath it looking like it done already paid up the entire city. This might have been the quickest boss fight of all time. So we go in and Sitch does confirm that the entirety of City A done got blasted to smithereens and the threat level is at 99.8%. Like it's some damn Germix. You can just say 100, bro. It's the same thing. And hearing this, Genos is ready to get to work. So he looked for Saitama, who is gone. Already busted through the roof to go and save the day. What a W mans. So we switch cameraman to see him just floating face to face with this abnormality of a ship before he goes to get a closer look and almost gets sniped. But of course, nonchalantly dodges like myself as it flies off to go and pack up a random town. But they not involved in the story, so it don't matter. Before it proceeds to spam like 8 more shots that all get dealt with no problems whatsoever. So now we go in to see hella bodies sprawled out all over the place because Saitama is making his way through the ship to save the day. He be so locked in, bro. I gotta respect the dedication for real. until some freak pops up showing off all 46 teeth he got and these freaked out Datara hands, saying his acid breath finna take bro out. And with this mouth, I do not think bro was lying. But either way, he jumps down, getting his head divided by 2. As Saitama carries on, just bullying the ship, tearing it up for the love of the game. And this is all while the boss just sits here waiting for him to arrive and realizing it's time. As he gets up and very slowly goes walking forward, and man, that boy look tough. Don't know if I ever seen a Cyclops with aura before, but he pulls up to a room with this blue octopus dude in it whose name I am not finna be pronouncing, and tells him to go handle their little intruder. And since he knows he not built like that, he start calling Milzerguard, the demon from earlier, so he can pull up and they can jump him. But he kinda busy right now.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
So he just tells him to nuke the whole area and take the S ranks out so that he can pull up. But instead of doing that, the octopus tries to talk no Jutsu Saitama into leaving. And we all know talk no Jutsu, it never fails. If you're Naruto, just look at the sweat on this freak's face. This thing don't want no problems. He knows he's not built for it. And because of that, he tells Saitama to just take a right and he'll guide him out the ship. But being a tier 1 rage baiter, Saitama like, oh word? Guess I'ma just go left then. And look at the pure joy on his face, bro. This really is how rage baiting be, just feeling complete and utter bliss. So I can't even be mad at it. But anyway, he goes busting through a door, scaring some NPCs and giving Octo Freak no choice but to show himself. And I'm not gonna lie, chat, he's a lot bigger than I thought. Whoa, wait, hold on, I take that back, What I mean is he do look a little menacing, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe Saitama really can't handle all that for real. It wouldn't be the only time. So he starts charging up and blasting off some telekinetic wave that crushes the ground around Saitama and even gets his squad the Taylor Swift treatment, making him flat as hell, giving him the confidence to get off a yap session and glazing himself. Even though Saitama is standing here not moved in the slightest, like he listening to any version of Playboy Cardi, making Doc Ock load up these little rocks and start making a whole tornado around himself for no reason. Like, bro, your powers are telekinesis. What the freak are you doing this for? So then he just launches all the rocks to go tearing up the same ship that he was just complaining about getting damaged. And all for this man Saitama to still be standing here holding one singular rock. Like, I don't know if bro thought he was fighting Obito or what, but there ain't no way you're working for a so-called dominator of the universe and your go-to move is throwing rocks. I just fail to believe it. This is like Steph Curry having a son and bro chooses to be a layup specialist. He would not be on my wheel. And even Saitama agrees, saying that bro is wasting this God-given talent just using it for something any normal human can do. Hell, even monkeys be throwing shit. Literally. And since he can't accept this guy's generational fumbling, he smites him with the rock, splitting him down the middle like a booty and putting his freak out of his misery. And speaking of that, while his homie was getting sniped, Polka Dots done charged up the ship ready to eradicate everybody on the ground. And no, he did not turn off friendly fire. The demon from earlier finna join Auto Boy real soon. So he presses the button and then blasters start loading up, leaving the S ranks in shambles. I promise you, a naked man and a metal bat is not finna be enough to stop this. Unless the naked man was me, but obviously it's not. But luckily, they don't have to, because look who shows up right on time. And when I say look, I mean look! Animators knew exactly what they was doing, and personally, y'all are sick. She do got some long ass legs though. She low key built like KD. But regardless, she starts charging up before waving that hand, and we see every bullet stop mid-flight and just freezes in the air. Before she look like she finna pull a pain and go flying up as the shells reverse and go flying up directly into the ship, leaving Polka Dots in here sick. And I can't be mad. This is one of the ugliest things I've ever seen in my lifetime. Bro lips like he was trying to copy Speed, and his neck roll is bigger than Dave Blunt's. This is the alien version of Cuff'em. He been cooked since birth. But now, since all the defense is gone like Braun for the last 10 years, we see Saitama go running through a hall with no one left to stop him, before jumping up and blasting through this unnecessarily fat door, looking like it was built for Wimby or Mariah Mills or something. Ain't no reason you need a door like this. But now, the camera pans up on Boros, looking at this absolute demon of a hero. They got bro looking like me from back in the day. I'ma have to get on them 100 squats. Except, I had a luxurious head of hair, of course. You do need that if you're gonna be nonchalant like myself. But nevertheless, Boros says he senses no limit to his energy, yet still stands up ducking no phase. But not just that, we go in to see him looking like a demon. The Gora of the One Punch Man verse. I could say he's fiending to box, as he now starts walking down the stairs with a look of pure glee and excitement on his face before giving us a lower drop. But as you all know, we do not care. All that matters is that it led him to Saitama, and not easily either. It took him 20 years to get here, and it's crazy to think, but that whole time, Braun was still top 10, the real dominator of the universe, or half of it. But anyway, he walks forward right up to Saitama, who is not moved on this backstory. Bro not even looking at his face. He too busy being astonished by Boros' fit. Or either he got something interesting in his lower area, making him low-key hit that rally gift. But we look at his face and he looks insane. The absolute last person you'd ever want to tussle with. This how Rod Wave look at ice cream. How James Harden look at burgers. How I look at Tsunade. There is no pure intentions behind those eyes. Or and knowing this, Saitama blasts his feet back, sending him booming into a pillar with that Bruce Lee special 1-inch punch. Shout out to all of y'all using 1 inch for something else. At least you got a good personality. But now, to everyone's surprise, unlike 99.9% of the people in the series so far, Boros is not finished. As he hits the Undertaker sit-up, they even leave Saitama in disbelief. Bro realized he ran out of plot armor. Low key, now they gotta change the title of the series. Weaker than StayingAnti Man. As now we see the armor on Boros shatter into pieces, like my heart whenever they introduce Dawn in Naruto. I didn't even want to watch the series no more. Except he tells us the armor was used to seal in his immeasurable, irresistible power. And he finna go full Kenpachi, which now leaves us with the masterpiece. 4K Saitama, who is still not impressed. Just look at the glimmer on his head, bro. Ball got so much aura. They really just step outside and all of a sudden they glowing like a star. Got everybody looking at them, all cause they got a shiny polished scalp. But now is when we see Boros start to charge up, loading up armament hockey over his entire body, even busting down his back. Freaky ass technique. But now he's low-key looking tough with the glow-in-the-dark colorway, like somebody using a black light. I know it's a lot of y'all out there who will probably be scared if somebody pulled up on you with one of these. And if you know why, you one of them. But the aura goes exploding out of Boros, leaving Saitama here just to bask in it nonchalantly without a drop of sweat on him. As still, Boros keeps charging, looking insane before finally saying it's time. As he rushes in, and y'all, tell me why after that dramatic ending, they start playing this jump. Went from World War III to a ballet recital. I don't know if I want to box or start dancing. And the real ones know exactly what this reminds me of. And then they got the nerve to start the next episode with Boros speeding in, charging right into Saitama, who look like he finally taking this serious. This might be a classic. As Boros cocks back and lets off a barrage of combos that still get blocked with that same form every time. Saitama pulling out that T-Banks, going crazy with the Philly shell, until Boros starts glitching back and rocking his bald ass, sending him flying back before putting straight cheeks on the screen, before dipping, as Boros hawks him down, not giving him no time to recover. Except even then, we see this man Saitama is trolling, bro, is speed walking backwards. Since some freak couldn't control himself last time, I had to point out the cheeks. As Boros blitzes in, smacking him into the air, then pulls up again just to punch that arm and still flies down into another punch on his arm. And even with a 0% success rate like you and your crush's DMs, he keeps shooting, getting 2 more attacks blocked. As now Saitama charges up and they both clash together, with Saitama landing facing the wrong way, so you already know what it means. Boro got cooked, getting the homemade Gohan treatment, and his chopped glow-in-the-dark egg cannot believe it. All while Saitama don't got a scratch on him, still ready for more. And being completely oblivious to the situation, Boros starts spamming punches like he's Star Platinum, even though he only got one hand. This is just sad. As Saitama's countering with hands of his own that aren't even punching back, he just blocking Boros, before they finally stop touching each other and decide to go zigzagging around the map. And Boros not letting him go nowhere, as he still got that look of pure happiness on his face, with Saitama in awe about somebody actually keeping up, before once again they go moving and then booming through a pillar, till Boros boots Saitama through the air and goes full Xenoverse 2 combo, pulling up and rocking him in the gut, sending him soaring through 5 big black pillars before finally stopping on the 6th. I knew he couldn't handle all that. as we see him in here looking cooked about halfway to the pearly gates, with Boros charging in, jumping up, loading a super drop kick, destroying this man and incinerating the pillar. Bro, this man is crazy. Do you know the hatred you have to have in your heart to do a drop kick? 98% of human history has never done this in their entire lives, bro. He is not normal. Except luckily, we see Saitama still bobbing and weaving back as Boros is on his ass like he just got a BBL before missing a punch and then going all around the pillar, not landing nothing. He must have put everything he had in that drop kick, and honestly, looking at it, it makes sense. Before we then see them both spazzing in the air before going crashing 3 times through the ship, and unlike King Von, they go flying through the sky like they going to heaven before busting out of it, and we see Saitama land being scratched up crazy, followed by Boros, who is still looking geeked. Bro is really having the time of his life. Until suddenly, he starts going Super Saiyan Blue, saying he never lasted this long with anyone. Couldn't be me. And based on Saitama's face, he definitely agrees. But regardless, Boros continues to charge up everything he got before blasting this Iron Man ass attack out his chest that goes head on, devouring Saitama and filling the screen with an explosion, literally cooking this like the hard-boiled egg he is. And yet, Saitama still just stands here looking as nonchalant and calm as ever. They must have dropped his ass in the fire when he was a baby or something. There ain't no way he not feeling this. They got him looking like the Mavs in 2011. The heat is not phasing him. So to make up for it, Boros blitzes behind him, smacking a backhand straight to his jaw, trying to pop his head off. And just look at the joy in this psycho's face, realizing he about to get somebody stage 3 CTE. He'll never be able to count properly again, as the impact even literally turns the battlefield from the nether to a calm fall afternoon, with Saitama standing in here paralyzed, neck still broken, everything, as Boros tells him he was a worthy opponent, leaving us to assume it's over. As we even discover this freak can regenerate, spawning in a new arm like he Piccolo, before going on a nasty self-glazing rant like he talking to fine shit, till Saitama tells him to shut his ugly, broke ass up before giving him the look. We all know what that means, because now Boros starts going ultra ego, charging up an insane amount of energy, like he finna turn himself into a nuke, before charging all the way up and launching forward, going straight into Saitama's face, sending him beaming back so fast it melts the ship and incinerates some NPCs inside, before he pulls back up and starts unloading on Saitama. Good lord! Got him in here getting rearranged and moving so fast he making scribbles in the air like somebody was trying to draw Vegeta's hairline, just all over the place, before it goes absolutely obliterating more of the ship, even spawning in lava, filling the screen like they teleported to hell, as they keep going tearing through the ship, till we see Boros literally spinning this man around, giving him the Cesaro swing midair before throwing a self alley-oop, allowing him to pull back up, cock back, and smash down a double axe handle, sending Saitama speeding down. And yet even then, Boros blitzes past him just to come flying back up and connect the meanest knee to the gut I have ever seen. Got his spine looking like a greater than sign. Brother, like he reached down the stretch and 3 vertebrae popped out of place. Somebody get Unk his life alert, as the impact even causes a whole explosion once again from a knee, before he gets launched and literally sent crashing into the moon. He actually got sent past the stratosphere and the mesosphere and troposphere and the thermosphere. This about damn got sent into his own orbit. If the moon wasn't there to save him, he'd still be floating. And even with all that, he still don't look impressed. He sits up being hundreds of thousands of miles away from Earth, realizes he can't breathe, and yet still starts playing with the gravity. And I really don't blame him. Imagine Tsunade with no gravity. And then to add some more tomfoolery to the situation, bro readies up and launches himself off the moon, about damn destroying it, and with only 100 squats a day. Take notes. Meanwhile, Boros is down here sounding like Shannon Sharp, saying he done even drained some of his life force like TT just finished with him. Till Saitama comes booming down, and in like 20 seconds, remember, hundreds of thousands of miles away, 20 seconds, 100 squats a day, 10 kilos. even coming down with so much force that this fat Thanos ship starts to tilt over. And I'm sorry, I know this kind of irrelevant, but of course this black ass right here immediately start trying to give the credit to Tatsumaki since he already under the Snow Bunny hypnosis. You know dang well some debris did not flip this fat ship, bro. Come on now, use that big ass head. As we go back to see Boros perplexed. Bro got one eye, no mouth, and no eyebrows, and yet you can still tell he shook. All that Saitama walks up and says the legendary phrase. Cool. Yeah, if I was Boros, I would have walked off. I am not a Saiyan. I do not got the pride for this. Shout out to Jewel though. But this makes him instantly lock in and slowly start running up, blasting forward. Even after all this, still wanting more. As you see him come in and start spazzing on Saitama before he realizes.
I feel confident because I'm the best player in the world.
And rocks this freak's guts, turning his one eye red like he in the hot box with Snoop Dogg. Even making him a mouth just to cough up hot sauce. Before he goes soaring back and even somehow recovering before once again looking like a lunatic. Literally cheering this Michael Jordan variant on like he wants his guts to keep getting punished. Before out of nowhere we see mad hands spawning in as Saitama starts letting off, wait for it, consecutive normal punches. Such a fascinating name for something that completely mutilates this man, leaving nothing but ketchup and that one eyeball left of him, before putting them cheat codes to work again and regenerating right back. And with the power of hatred, he says he will defeat him. As he starts to charge up crazy, saying all of his energy will be released, except not just Saitama, but you, yes you, and the rest of the planet finna get packed up too. As he continues to charge, spawning in lightning, lava, and everything. As Saitama just stands there not even looking up at this bump. The mandatory bald-headed orange farmer done got to him now, he finna get clapped. As Boros loads up and blast off this roaring cannon looking like a super Kamehameha, making Saitama finally decides it's time to go for real. As he counters with his own ultimate attack. The serious punch that literally splits Boros' attack, sending it off to pack up the rest of the city, even making a crazy shockwave on the map just to make sure everybody meet the Holy Ghost. As the core of Boros starts cracking and we see the entire sky for like half of the planet completely split, with even the space behind them busted wide open too. Bro done turned the planet into a slut. We go back down and sadly see Boros' literally cooked body laid out on the ground like some barbecue leftovers as he comes to the realization that he lost. As Saitama continues to aura form, cape flowing in the wind looking the wrong way and everything. This man has got to be stopped. And yet still, he calls his opponent strong. And all while Boros knows he was holding back, leaving us with the iconic scene of him walking off and the power sphere shattering away.